I'm not a big fan of Stairs in Woods. I love the story, but the episode is kind of messy. They've already read about it, so I understand. But I wish they would make a remake like they did with Ted the Caver. Maybe one day, but for now, this is not a good one. Jeff the Killer. I think this is a little better. Still mid, because the story, there's only so much you can get from the story. But the way they made fun of the story and how they did not take it seriously was great. There were a lot of funny bits, and it's a enjoyable episode. I would say the Russian sleep experiment falls under the same tier. The story is fine. The story is actually better than Jeff, but I think Jeff was so ridiculous that it was just more funny. Russian sleep experiment, it is kind of serious, but not too much. It's still enjoyable, but I think Jeff is a little better. Still solid though. Boroska. Need I say more? The story is an S tier and the episode is an SS tier. The twists, the characters, the way everything unraveled, it was so good. And the episodes, 2 episodes, both of them were amazing. This is where Funeral Kyle came from, the first mascot of the Creepcast channel, and that bit is still so memorable. Great rewatch value. My dead girlfriend keeps messaging me on Facebook. This is not a great one. Not a ton of memorable moments. I never really go back to this one. The story isn't too bad, just kinda unpolished. I think a rewrite would make this a lot better. And the episode, it's still kinda early, and they just came off a banger episode. So I understand this not being as good. But this one is better than Boroska. Not only is the story better, but the episode is an all-timer. What more can you want? 4 hours of straight laughter, fear, mystery, everything. This story and the episode has it all. It's super engaging from beginning to end, an all-timer episode. And I think this is Hunter's favorite story still. But my favorite episode is the Left Right game, especially episode 1. I think I've re-listened to it 10 or 15 times. It's that good. The characters are great. The hitchhiker part, that is just on my mind constantly. The boys were super funny. I think so far this is the funniest episode so far. These episodes. The part 2 is not as good. I get it, but there's a reason part 1 has 6 million views. It's great, and I really like the ending, despite popular opinion. Gregory 88, the first and last Twitter ARG, and I think it was done pretty well. To the end, it kind of got ridiculous, but it was still super funny. And the mystery, I would say, for most part, was great. I think it was the first time for both of them reading the story, and they were super engaging, man. And the funny moments were funny, and the creepy moments were creepy enough. It's a good episode. So far, the quality of the episodes, I like the stories directly correlated with the quality of the episodes, except Stairs in the Woods. But this one, where it's flipped, the story is probably the worst one so far, but the episode is amazing. This is the first episode where we got a proper Hunter crash out. First of many, thank God. The first part set the second part up perfectly by being kinda serious, but hinting at some of the ridiculousness coming. And the second part, man, everyone remembers the second part. It is hilarious, super quotable, great rewatch value, just a good time. 1999, The first part would be an A tier. It's great, the mystery is great, and it was super creepy to me at least. But the second part drags on too much. Like, if they just cleaned it up a little bit, not Hunter and Isaiah, the author, it would have been so much better. But I think like the second part negatively negatively affects the whole story too much. The showers, I love this episode. Not only did we get Mr. Wellers, we got Jacoby, I'm pretty sure. So that automatically makes it an A tier. No End House. I have a personal negative experience with this one because my elevator stopped working and I had to go down 46 flight of stairs. And I was listening to this one, so I don't really like it. I mean, the story itself isn't really that crazy. All of the doors were mid, the ending was mid. I don't really remember much from it, other than just kind of being disappointing. The first creepy grabback. The first story is great. The normal content for normal people. But Scooter Suicide, it was ridiculous, but not really funny, I think. Ben John, first part was pretty good, but the second part, same problem with 1999. It drags on too much. Overall, solid episode, but I wish that Ben John part was a little better. I think Tommy Taffy might still be one of the most memorable episodes, for good or for bad. There's a lot of stuff in this story and this episode, but I think the way Hunter and Isaiah handled it was great. They offered some suggestions on how making it a little better. I think cutting some part out would be a lot better. I know this is where this comes from, but it's still a pretty good episode. My wife keeps peeking behind the corners. It's a good one. The weird friends came from this one. The guy watching playing Settlers of Catan while watching Gargoyle. That part of it came from this. But I think it was pretty fun from beginning to end. I think I watched this a couple of times. It's a good episode. Psychosis. I think this is the most underrated episode so far. Diego came from here, but the premise is super interesting. I think so far this is definitely the only one where the main character was alone. I guess No End House, but this is the one where the main character really had to think without any outside interruptions. I guess there is the girl, but what I'm trying to get at is it's a really good psychological horror. The ending is ambiguous, but the whole story, I think it was a good one. Feed the Pig, top of A tier, I would say. The only thing is it's kind of short, but it did everything so right in the short amount of time that it had. And Hunter and Isaiah absolutely loved it. I loved it, and this is the first instance of It's Something Funny Hunter. I'm pretty sure when the girl's head got blown off. I'm pretty sure that's the first time Isaiah said it. So very good episode. Second creepy grabback. This is a better one. Disappearance of Ashley, Kansas was not that great. The premise was interesting, but it kind of got way too goofy at the end. Eyeless Jack. It was so good. It was so bad. It was so good. And Hunter made fun of it constantly. The way they made the main character like a geezer was hilarious. And the third one, man, I don't know about you guys, but the Pancake Family is disturbing. I'm a pretty visual kind of guy. I make up I picture a scenario very well in my head. So the thought of a whole family being squished into a pancake and stacked, that is crazy. I love this episode. There was a good twist at the end as well. This is the best creepy graphic and also like a collection of stories episode. Stolen Tongues might be the creepiest episode so far. The story itself is really scary. I would say this is an S tier one. Even though the ending is not very strong, I think 75% of the episode is amazing. And even when they like critiqued the ending and like said like offer suggestions on how it could be improved, that was really good. I love when they do that. It makes the episode a lot better because a lot of these stories have a lot of things that could be fixed, and I love when they offer some suggestions. It breathes, it bleeds, it breathes. I've watched this a couple of times. Not very memorable. I mean, like, the whole premise is memorable. The two characters, like, conversation is memorable, but, like, the whole thing, I don't really remember too much from it other than that. Like, I don't remember, like, funny bits from it. It's just, like, something that exists. No, I would say it's, yeah. This one is not a good one. This one, I would say, from all of the episodes, among all of the episodes, this one is the hardest one to follow. I had to rewind multiple times to like get what like the story was like telling us. I know it's not a complicated story, but it just loses us at many points, and the ending was so weak. It might have been the weakest one among all of the stories. And they had a very reasonable and very understandable crash out. I get it. Tales from a Gas Station. The story is funny, engaging. The ending was weak, but the thing is, it was not scary. It's not a creepy episode. And I think Hunter was kind of disengaged in this one. I say I had to kind of carry, but it is what it is. This one, A tier. Yeah, this is a good one. Both of the parts were great. They loved the first part, but they didn't think a second part was necessary. And I loved them warming up to the second part and realizing, okay, this adds to the story and completes it. But the story is great, and the episode is even better. It's funny, it's super absurd, and the ending was good on both parts. Probably still the funniest bit in Creepcast came from this one, Grandpa Ernest. But the story itself is super forgettable. I don't remember much from this. I don't even remember like what the creature did after like coming back to the house. Like I don't remember much from it. I just remember the funny bit. So I would say this is actually not a very strong episode. Deep Woods. Yeah, like with most of the stories, the ending is kind of weak. It's just it's not a very good version of Baraska. It's very similar. I mean, it's the same author, but it's not that good. SCP-3000, I didn't like it. I hope they cover more SCPs, but this one, I think it was kind of boring. You know, there are a lot better SCPs to cover. I hope they do, but this one was just not that great. The Ted the Caver Creepcast version, I love this one. Even if you've watched the original like Ted the Caver episode on Hunter's channel, this is just so much better. The bits are great. I love the yo B, my dog and you, like your dog and I are tripping. Like I love those bits. It's so good, and they offer so much more commentary in this version. This one, oh yeah, I think this is Maria on the Moon and Whistler. Maria was great. I agree with Isaiah and Hunter. Like, I think that having that much dialogue is kind of not. It's not the greatest thing, but overall a good story. But the Whistler, I go back to the Whistler so much. It's so good for how short it is, man. It's great. It's super creepy. I love how it turned out. I love that the kid wasn't a dumbass. It was the neighbor's kid. It's a good episode. I keep going back to it. The live show. It's great when you first like watch it, but it has horrible replay value. I don't know what it is. I think the live aspects just not very fun on a second watch, second or third watch. It was still pretty good. Sonic.exe, Goatman, and the Six Flags one. It's pretty solid. Pioneer House, Eat Me Like a Bug. I think it's still the like longest running bit. I think it was like 15 minutes. They just never like went away from it. It was hilarious. But I think the story overall it's pretty good. I love the babysitter part, and from then I think it was really strong. I think the community doesn't really like the story, but I love it. I would say this is a really good episode. I think it's better than the Creepy Greyback. This one, it was not great. Of course, the ending was bad. The villain reveal was bad. And the way our main character got like treated, I didn't really like it. Of course, there's misogyny everywhere, but I think it was kind of ridiculous. Claremont Metro and the Devil Baby. Claremont Metro, man, that got to me, bro. I picture myself in the shoes of the main characters, like I would guess many of you do, and the existential horror of the mind being billions, thousands to millions to billions of times slower than everything else, including my body, is crazy. That made me so uncomfortable. I got claustrophobic kind of feeling. It got me really well. And the Devil Baby was interesting. The ending was kind of weird, but it worked. Overall, pretty strong episode, I would say. I would say this is pretty really good. Okay, the astronaut in space. It was not too long. It was engaging. The twist is good. The ending was super kind of action-like. I loved it. Yeah, it is really fun. Berries in the window. Oh, I said I had to watch a girl for 2 years. This one, I thought this one was very confusing, but this one is just next level, man. I just couldn't follow this at all. This one I will never go back to. It's not good. Oh no, I would actually put this at the bottom. The story, it started off decent, but it just loses me. I think it lost a lot of viewers as well. It's just I don't like this one. And Hunter and Isaiah, they did well, but something like this just can't be salvaged. This one, still to this date, the biggest Hunter crash out. I didn't think Hunter would hate a story like this one. I hate a story so much like this one. And that just makes the story, that just makes this episode so much better. 4 hours of absolute fun. The PSA parts were ridiculous. They made the way the hosts, both of them kind of crashed out, was ridiculous. But I think Isaiah loved it. Yeah, I think Isaiah really loved it at the end there. And he even read the second part of it. It was great. I enjoyed it. And I still go back to it a couple of times. Oh, this one is good. So, of course, this is the first one where I think our MC was impaired. They had a disability, and the way everything worked, the way the author utilized that disability was great. It was a unique take on horror, I think. The ending, I think there's a second part, so I hope they read it one day. I hope they make a big compilation episode where they read some second parts of episodes they've already read. I know Brosco 5 is happening, but that's going to be a dedicated episode because I think part 5 is just as long as the first 4 combined. But I hope they read the second part, but because I enjoyed this one so much. I would say this just about it. It's super short. and I think it does its job very well. The episode itself also very enjoyable. The pigeon one. This one had multiple stories. Um, where I think the first one is still the strongest one. The package return to sender, where like an influencer shipped himself. I love the twists. I didn't expect it. Neither did Hunter and Isaiah. But the pigeon story itself was not that good. I think the air balloon one was a little better. So good, mid, good. Overall, pretty good. Oh, sorry. The hidden web page. This one was scary. One of those things that really creep me a lot are when you interact with people that you've known for your whole life, and they're like different people, right? Those kind of things scare me a lot. Like I'm in a simulation type of stories, and this one did it really well. The ending, I don't know if people like the ending, but I think the ending works. It's a good one. Might be too long, but it works. The first half definitely super strong. I got trapped at sea. This one I felt it was too long, and the ending was weak. There were funny bits, but not enough to justify the length of the episode. I don't think it's just alright. Azalea's house, it is good. Perfect length. I love the human horror aspect of it. Like sometimes the scariest things are humans, and you cannot stop like some evil organizations no matter how hard you try. I love those like type of stories, and I think it did it very well. And I really like the ending. We know what's gonna happen, but it's just like super creepy. Oh, the collection. This one, man. This one had a ton of them. I'll just name my favorite ones. Dead Border was pretty fun. Lavender Town is just overall one of my favorite creepypastas. Definitely one of my favorite video game ones. That one was good. And of course, Mr. Whitemouth, one of the funniest mini horror stories ever. Like their coverage of it, at least. It's so good. What else is there? Candle Cove. Candle Cove is pretty good. It's super short, and they already knew it, but it is good. The Rake. The Rake, actually never heard the continuation of The Rake. I only heard the first part, but it was surprisingly pretty solid. Overall, the episode is just a bundle of fun. You will not really lose the episode ever. It's good. And you could just skip forward if you don't like the story, and you'll get a new one. And a better one, I would say. It's a good one. Not as good as the second Creepy Grab Bag, but it is still pretty fun. Okay, the Dagon's Mirror, was it? I think Dagon's Mirror. This one didn't really feel like horror. The most amount of horror I felt from this one was like the uncle who was like super deformed. But other than that, it just felt like a mystery story. But the mystery story was good, and Hunter and Isaiah, they were great as always. It's a little weird because it's not like Tales of the Gas Station levels of like non-horror, but it felt kind of weird, yeah. Okay, this one, still the craziest twist. This one was so shocking that they talked for like half an hour about the story. It was great, man. It could be better if it's a little longer, and MC has to like figure out some mysteries but this left such a lasting impression on me. I had to immediately re-listen to it. Like it's a good one. I'm looking forward to the movie and the review of it. I would say this is better than the Creepy Grab Bag. And the final one, I sent my letter. I wrote myself a letter and it responded or whatever. It was pretty fun. The horror aspect was kind of lost when like the two characters were transported to the other world, but like the world building was pretty fun. I love how they did the evil version of her MC. I think it was done pretty well. The MC, they think it was kind of like a cop out, that it didn't really make sense for him to come back. But I liked it. I think it works with his character arc, and I loved in the middle. I love the middle part where like you didn't know if Christine was like getting affected. I loved like the psychological aspects of it. Overall, great episode. Was it good? Is it good as Ted the Caver? I would say so, yeah. Sometimes it kind of felt a little longer, but no, yeah, it's pretty good. Overall, so far this is my ranking. New episode's gonna come out in like 2 days. I'll put it in the comments of how I felt and just put it in a tier. But Creepcast, man, it's my favorite podcast. I always tune into the new episodes. I've watched most of the episodes twice, and some of them like way more than like a couple of times. And I hope this goes on for a long time, and I hope they cover some more great creepypastas. Let me know how you think about this ranking in the comments. Let me know if you disagree with any of them and agree with any of them. And thanks for watching.